Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated Update Aquatic server. With me, your host, Update Aquatic Man. You can't see my pant line real fast. Hold on. Whoop. There's the A. On my belt buckle, the A for Update Aquatic. Yes, indeedy do. Last time we worked on this Update Aquatic triple piston extender. That did not work. No sirree, Bob. It was my hope. All this other redstone I'll be happy to talk about here in just a second. It was my hope, and I know hope isn't a business model, but I had a plan. It was my hope that each individual single triple piston extender would be able to pull down each individual slime block set. Unfortunately, that didn't work. If I alternated them 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, it would work, but then what would I do with the other ones? You know, I'd have to figure out a way to get the others down. So in order to get them all down or out of the way at the same time, I have been working feverishly over the last couple days trying to figure out how to make this thing work. And I came up with a couple solutions, well, let me show you what it was supposed to do. What it was supposed to do was when the pistons above were detracted or were extended, as they are now, this timer would delay until the water had stopped flowing down, and then this single pulse through this monostable circuit would come down here whoop, and do two things. One, it would start another delay over there, much the same way, and it would come through here and start the 10-second pulse or the 10-tick pulse for this contraption to actually work, and they would all go up there. And in fact, do I have a button on me? I do have a button on me. I can kind of give you the whoops. See, yes, it's cooking along there and doing its thing, but because all of those blocks up there are connected together, it exceeded the, what's the word I'm looking for? The 12 block extension / retraction rules for the sticky pistons. So that failed. But it would come in here and it would go up and pull them both down, and the redstone back here isn't really important for the way down, but on the way up, this line over here, which represented the flying machine after it flew across, this line was going to come through, and it would do two pulses. It would do one pulse, and then that delay. It was a monostable circuit that has a leading edge and falling edge tick. So on the leading edge tick, it would boom and do its thing, and then after a slight delay, it would do its thing again, and cause because to put the blocks back in place, because of the sticky pistons moving some things around, I would have to send it up twice, and then this guy right here is just meant to go up and prevent this from going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. But it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. You know, and that's a bummer. That's a bummer. So what am I going to do today? Well, I spent a couple minutes offline trying to figure out how I was going to adjust it, and came up with a couple other solutions. You know, let me go ahead and toggle this back down so the default state for this reflecting pool will be such that this guy is down. Ugh. And then water would be flowing everywhere. Ugh. But I've come up with some alternatives, and I'm going to try building the alternatives over here. First, actually, let me go double check how much space I have off the back. I don't have too much. Uh-oh. I keep forgetting that it's a block and a half and I don't have jump. So I need to... Ooh, do I have any iron on me? I do. Alright, so real fast. Let me go ahead and convert this over here. I don't have a beacon there. Where are my beacons? I gotta go get that beacon from over there. Golly. I don't have any rockets either. Oh, there's some rockets. Okay. Oh, man. Well, let me just swim then, I guess. Swimming's pretty fast, too. Let me go get this beacon over here. That looks pretty good over there, but I need it over there. So I'm going to put the beacon in place. It gets some digging... what's the word I'm looking for? Some haste digging in place, so I can just dig out a giant hole on the other side and make sure that I'm going to be able to get it done quickly and efficiently, because I am streaming this today. And if you have not watched me stream before, I am at the twitch.com/JShalant, very much like this YouTube channel. I like to keep that consistency in the quote-unquote branding. It's basically my name, John Shalant, but everybody calls me JC. And a little combination of both when I first started my YouTube channel. Okay, so I've got this beacon. This is not faster than flying, but you get to see underwater. This is where the actual kelp farm, the natural kelp farm, I should say, is going to be, well, the fountain is working. Well, I hope to get the fountain working. If I don't get the fountain working, I'm just going to, in the automated way that I want it to be, I'm going to, at very least, put the fountain in place and have a manual farm over there, just so it still looks pretty. Because looking pretty is important. You know, that's the whole point of the project, is to make it look pretty. Okay, so let's put some of that in there. What's taking it so long? Okay, is it on? It's on. Okay. One of those, and we're going to go, they've got regen and haste 2. And haste 2. Oh, I could choose regen or haste 2. Well, we're going to go with haste 2. Alright. So give me the buff, yo. How much space do I have? Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I have as much space coming back here as I... Well, yeah, actually, it should be alright. It should be alright, because I'm not going to be digging out quite that much. But down here, very much like at the other place, I'm going to have to dig out a whole bunch of space, and that means digging down from here. And I think I'm going to go back 2 more, 3 more maybe. Just kind of take all of this out, right? I'm going to take all of this out and go down from here. Oh, is that a creeper? No, it's my slime blocks. And then go down from here, you know, as many as I need to, I guess, to clear out all this space. So let me go ahead and clear out all this space, and then I'll be back and show you what we're working on today. It's going to be a triple piston extender that retracts 2 blocks, and another triple piston extender that retracts 1 block, and it's going to be a really tight fit, if what I've done on my testing server so far is any indication. So, boy oh boy, hang in there with me. I really want to get this done. If you've watched the build log up to this point, then you probably know that this is one of the key features that I wanted to build from the very beginning of this build. I mean, the whole Community Cultural Complex Center in general, I want... Oh, wait, I don't need to come out this far. Let's come out... Well, yeah, actually, I do. Actually, I do. Okay. The entire Community Cultural Complex Center... was one that I wanted to have. I wanted a lot of things done, but this fountain, it was like the big part of it. So, I really wanted to get it done. All right, so let me work on it, and I'll be back and show you what's up next. All right, my friends, as you can see, I've cleared out all of this space for now. This should be all the space I need, and I've determined that this is going to be the floor level. I went down a little bit too low, but we'll see what happens. And I've built the first unit of the multi-piston triple extender de-stender that will pull down these blocks. This looks familiar if you've been watching since last episode, or 2 episodes ago even. So a signal will come in through here and triple piston extend and pull that block down. And in the meantime, when I've got it all wired up appropriately, when that pulse comes through here, when that signal comes through here, does this need to be a pulse? I will need to turn this into a pulse, right? So that will be a pulse. So that'll come down, and then that'll do that. All right, so let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. I got to do some timing kajiggering, but for now, this should work. Okay, so I need to... That guy didn't pop out. So I need to make it so that he pops out when the pulse happens. And in order for that to happen, I need to do this. Well, let's do it again real fast so everything's back in position. Alright, this comes off here, this comes off here. This is actually, that was actually correct the first time. Alright, let me grab this and put him there, and put that there, and let's put this one here. Is that gonna work? Maybe that's where that was supposed to be. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Alright, hold on. This guy here, and... What happened to my redstone block? There it is. This guy there. So hopefully that'll power for such a short amount of time that that will spit the block out over to there. And I'm going to need some redstone over there. Boom. Okay. Alright, this time again, everything's up. This turns into a solid signal. Alright, so this would be... This needs to be turned into a pulse at some point. But yeah, everything's down. The 2 of them are down. Awesome! So we're 2/3 of the way done with getting it set up so that this guy will work. Will it work with this thing here? Oh man, will it hit that? No, it goes just below that, if I'm not mistaken. That goes up one, just below that. Oh man, this is going to be such a tight fit. Okay, let me continue on with the build, and I'll show you the next step. Alright, my friends, I have added in a couple more things, and I have hit a stumbling block. Alright, so, uh-oh, speaking of stumbling blocks, get out of here, you. Where are these guys coming from? I mean, come on. Look at all this light. And over here, is it really that dark over here? Where could they possibly be coming from? Right? Anyways. So, I've built the whole thing. Again. Right, so when this timer stops, giving it ample time to push the pistons up and let the water stop, then it'll flow through here, and if there was redstone dust there, that T-flip-flop, monostable circuit, excuse me, would start this 10-second delay timer. This is the 10-second delay timer to put it back up after the flying machine arrives, right? So that would be a line that was running back and forth. And you saw this work with one. Trust me, it works with all of them. But now, we go this way. Now I'm thinking about how I'm going to pull the last segment away. And I thought at first I was going to need to do a triple piston extender. But then it dawned on me, no, if this is where the flying machine's going to be, I just need to get this pulled back to here. So I thought, hey, double piston extender. And then it dawned on me, this is way, way tight. So when those are up, this block is powered. The block above this block, in other words. So this would already be pushed out. Right, so it won't be able to retract back. So I got to thinking, well, I can either build it up one more block or go down one more block and make adjustments that way. Going down probably make a little bit of sense, you know. Maybe. That would give me one block gap over here, so I could definitely do a double piston extender that could pull the block back to here, which would allow this to do its thing, right? So this kind of represents where the flying contraption will be, and this will be the obsidian block that will be there to prevent it from going anywhere. And I'll probably put obsidian all the way across here just to kind of note where that is. But I also thought, as long as this piston can pull back this block before the slime blocks get it, then that'll work. But do I need 3 blocks or 2 for my flying machine? Question. And can I pull it back and not have it interfere with the slime? So, I'm really in a frustrated state of mind right now, trying to figure out what I'm going to do, but man, oh man. But this part works pretty cool. Here, let me go ahead and I could simulate this by putting that there, and let's put this one down, right on. So, come around here. So far, so good. You know, it's just I can't run because I'm out of food. So this all works, right? Boom, boom, right? So, and then the flying machine across. If I could just get this one out of the way, man. I can make it bigger and, again, go with the triple piston extender plan I was going for. And the reason I'm showing you the double pistons, because, one, I saw that I only need to pull it back 2, so I probably could have got away with a double piston. And then that way it's all tileable, right, and individual lines. As opposed to needing 2 or even more. It's actually 6 wide and then the triple wide, the one I was looking at. So, man. So frustrating, so frustrating. I think, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep looking at this and thinking about how I can make it work. I'm going to go double check the flying machine to see what type of redstone I'm going to need for the flying machine, because I've been building this whole thing under the presumption that I'll just figure out a way to make it work. Well, let's face it, I built this whole thing under the presumption that it would work fine the other way, pulling all 3 blocks down at the same time. And man, it would have worked so well. Oh well. All right, let me get this set and default position, as they say. Think about what I'm going to do next. I'll gladly take any comments below if you know something I can do to make this better. Do I can improve on this? Okay, so welcome back. What I've done is mirrored what was on the other side over here, and we've decided, by we I mean I have decided that I'm not going to be able to use that horizontal triple piston extender because these blocks will be in the way. And I'm not going to dig down and I'm not going to dig up. So, but I do want to give Red Tech a shout out. Thank you very much. If you're looking for a triple piston extender and you have the space to use it, it's actually more compact than most are, but it's just not compact enough for me and my needs. So what I'm going to do, check out Red Tech if you want to go see his stuff. So this right here is going to be one little bit of obsidian on the other side as well that is going to prevent the flying machine from grabbing those blocks as it flies out through here. But this block and this block will both be retracted by this same setup that was on the other side. However, I am running a line directly from it to here now, so that's kind of cool. I have the power, which we'll deal with the power. I think I'll probably put something in here, and we'll see if daylight sensors can look through water, through opaque blocks, or transparent blocks, or whatever they're... A light source, I'm not sure if a light source is opaque or transparent or whatever I'm trying to think of. But we'll figure something out. So we'll get the mechanism in place for that. So it'll turn off at an appropriate time. And depowering it will send the pistons up above us, which will stop the water flow. And then this delay timer will tick down. And then once the delay timer is done, it'll send a pulse through here. A pulse into this, we'll say a 10-tick delay pulse extender. Right? So that'll send a pulse into here, which will make the thing happen, and it'll send a pulse out this way, which runs all the way to the other machine, or it'll make the other machine happen. So those two things should happen at the same time, alright? Then, once those two things are done, I should say, when that pulse goes through here to activate both of those, I've pulled a wire off of this as well, so that when the power goes in, this block goes this way and powers this, those pistons will detract because of that redstone. But they will also send power this way, which will turn off this redstone torch, which will start a delay clock here, and after a brief delay, this guy will depower, turning this torch on, sending it through this monostable circuit, sending a pulse both this way and this way, which is going to lead me to... Hold on just a second, let me get around here. Boop, boop, boop. The redstone flying machine. So once we get through here, I'm pretty sure this won't bud power anything, right? So, but if so, I can just move it over a little bit. So it'll come over here and climb up this way and do something like initiate a trapdoor, and then one of these blocks, I think these four are going to be where I have the actual flying machine set up. These 5 blocks represent where they could be. But if I knock out this guy, then those 2, 3, 4 will work out just fine. So, I guess the next step for me is to actually build the flying machine and get it ready to go and see if it'll work. But let me pull everything down first so everything's in the down position when I do that. Also, on this side, when the flying machine comes across and hits the obsidian block and can't go any further, the block on the end... should initiate some type of redstone element. If I put, for example, hold on, let me come on up here. Let's say that this guy, oh, I went too far. Let's say this guy is the actual machine. Get rid of this one so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Oh, I'll get it later. Alright, so those 4, right? Up. Alright. Those 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The machine arrives, right? And this block over here. So the 4th one out would be an observer block. So it would be something like this. So let's say this one arrives, and then there's a torch on this one. So not near this stuff, but like at the edge of it. So the torch powers that one, and then this block has a repeater coming off it, pulling the power off of it, and then it goes down into this line. You know, I'll figure something out. And then once it comes down into this line, boom, it sends a pulse this way, boom, right? And this way, but it'll stop here. There's a similar monostable piston over there. So the pulse comes in, whoop, comes into this bad boy, and fires off this little delay clock, which will do this thing, which will pull this back, boom, 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 which will turn this back on, but because this is a monostable circuit, it'll just drop down and no pulse will be sent out to the observer block that will initiate the flying machine, right? And this line will run over there and do the same thing over there. Alright, so, this is coming along. Let me go ahead and build the flying machine. Let me turn this off, I guess, real fast. Let me turn this off real fast. And we'll get to work on that. Alright, I can get rid of these blocks. This thing, I believe, is good to go over... Whoop, and pick up my precious resources. Over here, it's docked on the other side right now. These two pieces of redstone are missing from that side, otherwise we'd have a triggering event. I think I've got it all figured out. We're going to go live. This is going to be the final fire before I put in the last pieces of redstone and make it functional so that it works every time the way it needs to. Ugh. And then I'll isolate the main redstone line while I do some things and put in the bits and bobs that'll make it work the way I want it to. Okay, so when the flying machine lands here, the block will be an iron block directly above this torch, which will power, and then a redstone line will come down through this monostable circuit, which will then come over here and into this bad boy, a delay, a 10 tick delay, which will send it in through here, simultaneously send it through over to the other machine in a similar fashion. These guys will pulse, grab it, pull it back, pulse, grab it, pull it back. They'll do the same thing on the other side, right? Making the sequence of blocks there go up, pushing those blocks up, and firing off the machine that'll push the other blocks up 3. So the triple piston extender, so those things will work. And then in the meantime, then this guy will, wait a minute. Uh-oh, am I looking at this right? This guy will depower, turning this power on, turning this power off, bringing this block back down, but not sending a pulse through. So the flying machine will not fly off again. However, if I want to simulate the machine flying off, what I will do is put this delay on. Oh, how do I want to do this? Alright, so it's docked right now. So I need to send it across and do this thing. Next time we'll check and see whether or not it works. Okay, so I'll send it across. It'll dock. Everything will go up and into place. And then I will do the thing. Wait a minute. Will this guy? Okay, everything will go up and into place. I still need to tie it back into the main redstone line, though. Okay, so there's some work to be done there. But I think we're at a point where we can see if this thing's going to dock and put the things back up as it should. As it should. Oh boy. Alright. Oh man. I'm really sweating this part here. Really sweating this part here. So if this works, then we're on a good way almost to the end, and then we'll just need to... Alright, if I send the pulse up now, that should close it. Alright, let me... Dude, I am so concerned about this not working. I want to make sure it works, obviously. So okay, so if I turn this on, this will power, this will drop, but no signal will be sent through. Okay, but if I do power it, no signal will be sent through, so then they'll be down. But then, if I push it so that they're up, then this will go through and load it up. Oh, okay, so I don't want to do that yet. What I want to do is simulate the flying machine only, landing and then pushing everything up, I think. Oh man, I'm so concerned that this is not going to work right. Alright, so let me simulate the flying machine going from that side to this side. Boom, there's a pulse. That's happening. It is happening. There's nothing more I can do to stop it. It is on its way. I need to go and make sure that it is on its way. We'll come over this way. Actually, I could have just hopped up on this bad boy. Okay. Here comes the flying machine. Sweet. It's doing its thing. Why is it so quiet? Oh, here it comes. Now I can really hear it. Boom, 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 boom. We'll hit this bad boy. There goes. Pulse goes through. Pulse goes through. Pulse comes through. Huh. Did not. Let's try that again. Pulse comes through. Is it too short? One more time. Pulse comes through. Oh, it's missing this piece here. Okay. Alright, so this will come through and then push it all up. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Pulse comes through. This side goes up. These guys didn't work. Why didn't these guys work? The two on the very end. Why didn't the two on the very end? Did they work on the other side? Man, we're getting there, though. We're getting there. The two on the other side. Did everything over here work? Everything over here worked. Oh, man. Did I miss some redstone dust? Oh, boy. It would be something as simple as that. Nope, there's dust there. Oh, that didn't make it there. Okay, so we fix this by doing this and doing this. And do I have a button? No, but I can get one real fast. Alright. Let's just fix these two. Alright, so those are up. Excellent. Oh, wow, and I blocked that one too. Did that one go up? Or did I just inadvertently? Okay. Alright, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I think the only thing left to do now is, let's see here. Figure out how to, I don't know. I'm going to sit back and look at this. Why don't you look at the build log in the bottom left of this build to date, and I will try to get to the next step, and then the next thing we will work on is actually putting the kelp and the fountain in, and making sure everything works the way that it's supposed to on the next amazing adventure of Update Aquatic Man and all of his redstone contraption shenaniganeries. Man, this thing is coming along.